Captain Arya Vance stood tall in the ship's command center, the dim glow of the monitors reflecting off her piercing blue eyes. Her dark hair was pulled back into a tight bun, emphasizing her determined expression. She addressed her crew with a measured tone. "Gather round, everyone. We've got a new mission, and it's one that will test our expertise in the paranormal." Zara Novak, the rebellious pilot, leaned against the console, her purple hair a stark contrast against the cold metal. She crossed her arms, a smirk playing on her lips. "What's the deal, Captain? Another haunted starship?" Kai Nakamura, the introverted engineer, adjusted his glasses as he listened intently. His fingers twitched, itching to dive into the technical aspects of their new assignment. He glanced up at Arya, waiting for her response. Arya scanned the room, her gaze lingering on each crew member before continuing. "This time, we're investigating an abandoned research facility that's been sending out cryptic distress signals. Our job is to find out what's causing them and put an end to it." Zara's smirk widened. "Sounds like fun. I'll get the ship prepped for departure." As Zara turned to leave, the celestial voyagers lurched violently, throwing her off balance. The lights flickered, casting eerie shadows across the command center. Alarms blared, filling the air with a shrill cacophony. Arya braced herself against the console, her knuckles turning white as she gripped the edge. Kai's eyes widened behind his glasses. He quickly assessed the situation, his analytical mind racing to find a solution. "We've been hit by an unknown object. The hull's been breached, and we've lost communication with Earth." Arya's expression hardened. She turned to Zara, who had regained her footing. "Z, I need you to investigate the damaged area. Find out what hit us, and assess the extent of the damage." Zara nodded, her sarcastic demeanor replaced by a look of determination. She sprinted towards the exit, her purple hair trailing behind her like a neon comet. Arya then looked at Kai, her voice steady despite the chaos surrounding them. "Kai, you're with me. We need to restore communication with Earth. The sooner we can warn them about whatever we're dealing with, the better." As Kai followed Arya, he couldn't help but feel a growing sense of unease. The unknown object that struck their ship had awakened something dark and sinister within the celestial voyagers, and he couldn't shake the feeling that they were in grave danger. But for now, he pushed those thoughts aside and focused on the task at hand, his fingers itching to dismantle and reassemble the communication system. The command center descended into an uneasy silence as Arya and Kai worked tirelessly to restore contact with Earth. The only sounds were the distant echoes of Zara's footsteps as she navigated the damaged corridors of the celestial voyagers, searching for answers in the darkness. The crew of the celestial voyagers had faced the paranormal before, but this time, they were venturing into uncharted territory. The mysterious object that had struck their ship held secrets that could change everything they knew about the universe, and they were determined to uncover them, no matter the cost. In the dimly lit lab, Dr. Logan Hart and Lena Petrova huddled over the enigmatic object that had punched a hole through the celestial voyager's hull. The metallic artifact, shimmering with an iridescent glow, seemed to hum with an otherworldly energy. Dr. Hart's blue eyes narrowed, scrutinizing the object with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. Lena's delicate fingers traced the intricate patterns etched into its surface as she whispered, "These markings, they're unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's almost as if they're communicating something." Dr. Hart adjusted his spectacles, his gaze fixated on the mysterious object. "Our scans indicate an unusual composition, a blend of elements not found in our solar system. The energy signature is also off the charts, suggesting a connection to the paranormal." As they continued their analysis, Lena's emerald eyes flicked up to meet Dr. Hart's. Could this be the work of an advanced alien civilization? One that's harnessed the power of the paranormal? Dr. Hart hesitated, his logical mind wrestling with the implications. "It's a possibility we can't ignore. But first, we need to understand the object's true purpose and any potential threats it poses to the crew." Meanwhile, Zara Novak, armed with a flashlight, cautiously navigated the dark, twisted corridors of the damaged section. The flickering lights cast eerie shadows on the walls, and the distant hum of the ship's engines seemed to grow louder with each step she took. Her heart pounded in her chest, but she refused to let fear take hold. Zara's flashlight illuminated a jagged tear in the hull, revealing the cold, infinite expanse of space beyond. As she carefully inspected the surrounding area, her eyes fell upon a series of deep gouges in the metal floor, as if some unseen force had clawed its way through the ship. A shiver ran down her spine, and she muttered under her breath, "What the hell did we pick up out here?" The silence was broken by a sudden, low groan from the damaged hull. Zara's grip tightened on her flashlight as she scanned the area, her senses on high alert. The groan intensified, resonating throughout the corridor like the anguished cry of a tortured soul. Zara's thoughts raced, her rebellious nature warring with the primal urge to flee. But she knew the crew was counting on her. Taking a deep breath, she pressed onward, determined to uncover the truth behind the mysterious object and the havoc it had wreaked upon the celestial voyagers. In the lab, Dr. Hart and Lena continued their tireless analysis, the weight of their discoveries growing heavier with each passing moment. As the boundaries between science and the supernatural blurred, the crew of the celestial voyagers found themselves drawn deeper into a realm of darkness and uncertainty, where the very fabric of reality seemed to unravel before their eyes. Kai Nakamura, the celestial voyager's resident tech whisperer, clung to the narrow maintenance ladder, his fingers deftly manipulating the delicate circuitry of the communication array. The muscles in his forearms tensed as he meticulously spliced a fiber-optic cable, a bead of sweat trickling down his brow despite the cool air circulating within the compact space. He knew the lives of his crewmates depended on his ability to repair the system and re-establish contact with Earth. In the background, the soft hum of machinery was punctuated by intermittent static, an unsettling reminder of the mysterious object that had breached their ship's hull and plunged them into this predicament. Kai's thoughts drifted to his friends, particularly Dr. Logan Hart and Lena Petrova, who were working tirelessly to analyze the enigmatic artifact. He couldn't shake the feeling that the object was more than just an ordinary piece of space debris. Meanwhile, in the lab, Dr. Hart's piercing blue eyes scrutinized the object, his analytical mind sifting through various hypotheses. The device in his hand, a custom-built spectrometer designed to detect paranormal energy signatures, emitted a faint glow as it scanned the surface of the mysterious artifact. Lena, her long red hair cascading over her shoulder, leaned in to study the readings displayed on the screen. Her keen intellect and deep understanding of alien languages allowed her to interpret the data in ways that few others could. Her voice, tinged with a soft Russian accent, broke the silence. "Doc, the energy signatures are unlike anything I've ever encountered. They seem to be fluctuating, almost as if they possess a consciousness of their own." Dr. Hart's brow furrowed, his calm demeanor momentarily disturbed by the implications of Lena's words. He murmured, "Impossible. And yet, the evidence suggests otherwise. We must delve deeper if we are to understand the true nature of this object and its connection to the paranormal." As the two scientists continued their analysis, a sudden, unnerving flicker of electricity arced across the lab, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Lena's eyes widened, her heart pounding as she glanced towards the source of the disturbance. The object seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, its surface rippling like water disturbed by an unseen force. Dr. Hart's gaze locked onto the artifact, his intuition screaming that they were on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery. As he reached out to touch the object, the anticipation in the air was palpable, a mixture of curiosity, fear, and excitement. Back in the communication array, Kai's hands trembled slightly as he reconnected the final cable. The system powered up, its familiar hum resonating through the ship's structure. A wave of relief washed over him as the static in his earpiece began to clear, replaced by the faint but distinct sound of voices from Earth. With the communication system restored, Kai clambered down from the ladder, his thoughts heavy with concern for his crewmates. He knew they were venturing into uncharted territory, and the stakes had never been higher. As he made his way back to the lab, he couldn't shake the feeling that they were being drawn deeper into a web of darkness and uncertainty, one that threatened to consume them all. As Kai entered the lab, he found Dr. Hart and Lena huddled over the object, their expressions a mix of awe and trepidation. Their eyes flicked towards him, silently communicating the gravity of their discovery. Kai swallowed hard, steeling himself for whatever revelations awaited them. In that moment, the crew of the celestial voyagers stood on the precipice of the unknown, poised to plunge headlong into the abyss. The object before them held secrets that could reshape their understanding of the universe, and the darkness that surrounded them seemed to grow heavier with each passing second. Kai's voice, steady and resolute, broke the silence. "Doc, Lena, I've restored communication with Earth. Whatever we're dealing with here, we're not alone. We have each other, and we have the entire scientific community at our backs." Dr. Hart nodded solemnly, his eyes never leaving the mysterious artifact. "You're right, Kai. We must work together if we are to uncover the truth and protect the ones we care about. The road ahead may be fraught with danger, but we will face it head-on, armed with our knowledge, our skills, and our unwavering determination." As the crew of the celestial voyagers prepared to delve deeper into the enigma surrounding the mysterious object, they knew that the challenges they faced would test their resolve to its limits. In the darkness that enveloped them, they found solace in their camaraderie and their shared mission. Together, they would navigate the treacherous waters of the unknown, uncovering the secrets that lay hidden within the depths of space. Captain Vance stood before the flickering holographic display, her eyes narrowing as she scrutinized the data streaming across the screen. The cryptic distress call from the long-abandoned Meridian station had led them here, and now the mysterious object that had damaged their ship seemed to be connected to it. The pull of the unknown tugged at her resolve, and she made her decision. "We're going to Meridian Station," she announced to her crew, her voice steady and authoritative. "We need to find out what's happening there and how it's connected to whatever it is that hit us." A murmur of assent rippled through the command center. Trusting in their captain's judgment, they prepared for the journey into the unknown. As they approached the derelict station, a palpable sense of dread settled over the celestial voyagers. The once thriving space station now loomed before them like a decaying relic, its skeletal structure a haunting testament to the passage of time. Vance's heart pounded in her chest as they boarded the station, her senses on high alert. The air was thick with an oppressive silence that seemed to press down upon them, as if the very atmosphere was trying to smother them. Flickering lights cast eerie shadows across the corroded metal surfaces, and the distant sound of dripping water echoed through the desolate halls. As they ventured deeper into the station, Vance couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. Her gaze darted from one dark corner to another, searching for any sign of movement. Suddenly, a figure materialized before them, its ethereal form shimmering with a kaleidoscope of colors. Zephyrin Lumina, or Ray as they were known, stood before them, an enigmatic survivor from an ancient alien civilization. Their luminescent eyes seemed to pierce through the veil of darkness, and their voice carried an echoing resonance that sent shivers down Vance's spine. "You are not safe here," Ray warned, their words hanging heavy in the air. "The darkness that has taken hold of this place is not of this world. It seeks to consume all that it touches, and it will not stop until it has devoured everything in its path." Vance's mind raced as she processed this new information. The connection between the mysterious object and the paranormal activity on Meridian Station was becoming clearer, but the true nature of the threat still eluded her. "We need your help," she said, her voice steady despite the fear that gnawed at the edges of her consciousness. "Together, we can uncover the secrets of this place and find a way to combat this alien threat." Ray regarded her for a moment, their expression inscrutable. Then, with a slow nod, they agreed. "Very well. I will aid you in your quest. But be warned, Captain Vance. The path you have chosen is fraught with danger, and there are no guarantees that you will emerge unscathed." Vance swallowed hard, the weight of their responsibility pressing down upon her like a crushing burden. But she knew that she would not back down, no matter the cost. This was a challenge she and her crew had to face head-on if they were to protect the galaxy from the encroaching darkness. "Understood," she replied, her voice resolute. "We're in this together, and we won't rest until we've uncovered the truth and put an end to this menace." With a newfound sense of determination, Captain Vance and her crew set forth on their perilous mission, guided by the enigmatic wisdom of Zephyrin Lumina. Together, they would delve into the heart of darkness and confront the unknown terrors that lurked within the long-abandoned Meridian Station. As they ventured deeper into the bowels of the station, the shadows seemed to close in around them, and the air grew colder and more oppressive. Whispers seemed to echo through the corridors, their disembodied voices taunting them with promises of eternal torment. But Vance refused to give in to fear. With each step, she drew upon her inner strength and the unwavering support of her crew, using their combined knowledge and expertise to navigate the treacherous path before them. Together, they would unravel the mysteries of the ancient alien civilization, uncover the true nature of the paranormal threat, and find a way to save the galaxy from the encroaching darkness, no matter the cost. For they were the celestial voyagers, and they would not be deterred in their quest for truth and justice. The dimly lit training room aboard the Celestial Voyager echoed with the determined grunts of Captain Vance and her crew. Guided by the enigmatic Zephyrin Lumina, they honed their ghost hunting skills, a potent mix of intuition, technology, and teamwork. Ray's ethereal skin shimmered in the low light as they demonstrated a complex maneuver, their voice resonating with an otherworldly cadence. Remember, the key to combating these echoes lies in understanding their pain. Calm your mind, open your heart, and channel their energy. Vance watched intently, her jaw set in determination. She knew her crew relied on her unwavering resolve, a responsibility she bore with pride and humility. As Ray's words settled in her thoughts, she felt a strange kinship with the ancient alien, their shared goal of restoring balance to the cosmos, a powerful bond. Zara and Kai practiced the technique, their movements synchronized as they focused on a holographic projection of an eerie space station. The spectral image flickered, its disembodied whispers growing fainter under their combined efforts. Sweat beaded on their brows, a testament to their dedication and growing prowess. Dr. Hart and Lena observed from the sidelines, analyzing the crew's performance with critical eyes. They offered constructive feedback, their scientific expertise invaluable in refining the team's approach. The air in the room crackled with anticipation, the weight of their impending mission pressing down on them like a leaden shroud. Finally, Ray deemed the crew ready for their first challenge. Their hearts pounded in unison as they suited up and boarded a small, agile shuttlecraft. Captain Vance's stomach twisted into knots as they approached the derelict starship looming ahead, a ghostly sentinel drifting through the void. The shuttle docked with a gentle clang, and the crew disembarked, their footsteps echoing in the cavernous darkness. Flickering lights cast eerie shadows across the corroded metal walls, and whispers seemed to emanate from the very air around them. A palpable sense of dread hung heavy in the atmosphere, threatening to suffocate them. But the celestial voyagers pressed on, their resolve unwavering. Using their newfound skills, they began to unravel the mysteries of the ancient alien civilization that once called this vessel home. As they delved deeper into the haunted starship, they realized that the ghosts haunting these vessels were echoes of a long-lost past, their pain and suffering imprinted on the fabric of space-time itself. Captain Vance felt a deep empathy for these tormented souls, her heart aching with the weight of their sorrow. She vowed to do everything in her power to bring them peace, to restore order to the chaotic cosmos that had claimed their lives. With her crew by her side, she faced the unknown terrors lurking within the derelict starship, determined to uncover the truth and put an end to the alien threat once and for all. Together, the celestial voyagers would confront their fears, harness the power of the ancient alien echoes, and protect the galaxy from the encroaching darkness. For they were more than just a crew. They were a family, bound by the shared mission to bring light to the farthest reaches of the universe. The air grew colder as Captain Arya Vance led her crew deeper into the bowels of the abandoned starship. Flickering lights cast eerie shadows, making it difficult to discern reality from paranormal manipulation. A distant whisper echoed through the corridors, sending a chill down Arya's spine. "Stay alert," she warned her team, her voice barely above a whisper. "These echoes are growing stronger." Dr. Logan Hart adjusted his ghost hunting equipment, the whirring and beeping sounds providing a semblance of comfort in the face of the unknown. "I'm picking up increased energy readings," he informed the group. "Whatever we're dealing with here is far more powerful than we anticipated." Zara Novak, her purple hair standing out against the darkness, gripped her own equipment tightly. "Let's just get in, gather the evidence, and get the hell out of here." Kai Nakamura, ever the calm and collected engineer, nodded in agreement. I'll keep an eye on our surroundings, make sure nothing unnatural tries to interfere with our mission. Lena Petrova offered a reassuring smile, her red hair glowing in the dim light. We have faced challenges before, my friends. Together, we can uncover the truth behind these echoes. A sudden surge of energy pulsed through the starship, causing the lights to flicker wildly. The whispers grew louder, coalescing into an unintelligible cacophony that threatened to drown out all rational thought. Arya gritted her teeth, forcing herself to remain focused on the task at hand. Everyone, stay close, she ordered, her voice steady despite the growing unease in her gut. We need to find the source of this energy and put an end to it. The crew moved forward, their footsteps echoing ominously in the empty corridors. The paranormal phenomena intensified with each step, pushing them to their limits. Yet they pressed on, relying on their training and expertise to navigate the haunted starship. As they delved deeper, Arya couldn't help but wonder what secrets this ancient alien civilization held. What had caused their downfall? And what role did her crew play in the greater cosmic tapestry? Her thoughts were interrupted by a sudden flash of light, followed by a deafening roar. The starship shook violently, sending debris flying through the air. Arya's heart raced as she fought to maintain her footing, her eyes scanning the chaos for any sign of her crew. "Everyone, report!" she shouted, her voice barely audible over the din. One by one, her crew confirmed their safety, their voices tinged with fear, but resolute in their determination. They would not be deterred by the unknown. Together, they would unravel the mysteries of this ancient alien civilization and put an end to the haunting echoes that plagued the cosmos. With renewed purpose, Arya led her crew forward, their ghost-hunting equipment illuminating the darkness as they ventured deeper into the heart of the derelict starship. The paranormal phenomena continued to test their resolve, but they refused to back down. For they were the celestial voyagers, and they would not be defeated. The air around them grew colder as the celestial voyagers ventured deeper into the bowels of the derelict starship. Captain Arya Vance's breath fogged before her, the ghostly mist dissipating into the inky darkness. Her heart pounded in her chest, each beat echoing like a drum through the deserted corridors. Suddenly, a shimmering light appeared in the distance, pulsating with an eerie glow. Arya's eyes widened as she recognized the spectral apparition as a remnant of the ancient alien civilization. Her crew exchanged nervous glances, their ghost-hunting equipment clattering anxiously at their sides. "Stay sharp," Arya whispered, her voice barely audible. "We're close to something important." As they approached the ethereal light, the air grew heavier, the oppressive atmosphere suffocating. The malevolent consciousness that haunted these vessels seemed to loom closer, its sinister intentions weighing on their very souls. A sudden gust of wind sent chills down Arya's spine, and she stumbled upon an ancient artifact half buried in the dusty floor. The object was an intricate amulet, its design unlike anything she had ever seen. A dark energy radiated from it, making her skin crawl. "This is it," she murmured, her voice trembling with a mixture of awe and dread. "This is the key to understanding the malevolent consciousness." The crew gathered around Arya, their faces pale and drawn. Dr. Hart carefully extracted the amulet from the ground, his hands shaking as he examined it. Lena, the resident paranormal expert, analyzed the energy signature emanating from the artifact. "This amulet, it's a containment device," Lena stammered, her eyes wide with shock. "It's designed to hold the malevolent consciousness at bay." Arya's mind raced as she pieced together the clues. The cryptic distress call, the derelict starship, and the echoes of the ancient alien civilization all pointed to one terrifying conclusion. "We're not just dealing with the remnants of a fallen empire," Arya whispered, her voice heavy with dread. "We're facing an enemy that has been trapped and seeking release for eons." The realization hit the crew like a freight train, their faces ashen as they stared at the amulet in horror. The malevolent consciousness they sought to confront was far more powerful and dangerous than they had ever imagined. Regrouping in the ship's command center, the celestial voyagers shared their grim discovery with the rest of the crew. The tension in the room was palpable, the weight of their mission bearing down on them like a crushing force. Captain Vance's voice was steady and resolute as she addressed her crew. "We knew this wouldn't be easy, but we've faced seemingly insurmountable odds before and emerged victorious. We have the skills, the knowledge, and the determination to confront this malevolent force and save the galaxy from its wrath." The crew nodded in agreement, their fear momentarily replaced by steely resolve. They would stand together in the face of this ancient evil, their unity their greatest weapon against the darkness that threatened to consume them all. As they prepared for the next phase of their mission, the celestial voyagers knew that they faced their greatest challenge yet. But they would not falter, for they were the last line of defense against the malevolent consciousness that sought to reclaim its dominion over the cosmos. And they would not go quietly into the night. The bridge of the celestial voyager hummed with a renewed sense of determination as the crew prepared for the next phase of their mission. Captain Aria Vance stood tall, her piercing blue eyes scanning the room, assessing her team's readiness. Dr. Logan Hart's fingers danced across the console, inputting coordinates for the mysterious coordinates they had uncovered on the haunted starship. Kai Nakamura, hunched over his workstation, expertly fine-tuned the ship's systems, ensuring they were at peak performance for the challenges ahead. Zara Novak, her purple hair pulled back into a tight ponytail, stood by the view screen, her sharp eyes focused on the vast expanse of space before them. The flickering stars seemed to whisper secrets of the darkness they were about to confront. "Zara," Arya's voice pierced the silence. "Are you sure you're ready for this?" Z turned, her usual sarcasm replaced with a steely gaze. "You know me, Captain. I wouldn't miss this for the universe." Arya nodded, a hint of a smile playing at the corners of her mouth. "That's what I like to hear." Kai's voice cut through the tension, calm and measured. "All systems are go, Captain. We're ready to engage the hyperdrive." Arya's gaze swept over her crew one last time before she gave the order. "Engage the hyperdrive, Mr. Nakamura." With a soft hum, the celestial voyager leapt forward, leaving the safety of known space behind. The stars stretched into streaks of light, swallowing the ship whole as it hurtled toward its destination. As they journeyed deeper into the unknown, a sense of foreboding settled over the crew. The malevolent consciousness they sought to confront was waiting, its tendrils reaching out to ensnare them in its ancient, twisted grasp. But the celestial voyagers would not falter. They were united in their resolve, their determination unwavering. They would face the darkness head-on and uncover the secrets that could save the galaxy from the impending invasion. They were the last line of defense against the ancient evil that sought to reclaim its dominion over the cosmos, and they would not go quietly into the night. As the stars reformed into their familiar patterns, the crew steeled themselves for the challenges that lay ahead. Their mission had only just begun, and the true test of their courage, their resourcefulness, and their unity was yet to come. But they would not back down, for they were the celestial voyagers, and they were ready to face whatever nightmares the universe had in store.